Imagine this. You are at a party. You meet 20 people. You remember every name. Impossible? Not at all. Memory champions do this all the time. They use special techniques. Now you can too. These techniques are not just for champions, they are for students like you. Imagine walking into an exam room with confidence, knowing you can recall everything you've studied. Preparing for exams can be stressful. We've all been there. The pressure, the sheer volume of information. It can feel overwhelming, like you're drowning in a sea of facts and figures. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way to make studying more enjoyable and effective. Imagine turning your study sessions into something you look forward to, something that feels less like a chore and more like an exciting challenge. Memory champions have a secret. They train their minds like athletes train their bodies. They use proven techniques to remember vast amounts of information. And the best part? These techniques can be learned by anyone. You don't need to be a genius or have a photographic memory. All it takes is practice and the right strategies. In this essay, we'll unlock the secrets of memory champions and discover how you can apply their techniques to your studies. We'll explore methods like the memory palace, visualization, and association, breaking them down step by step. Get ready to boost your memory, ace those exams, and unlock your full potential. With these techniques, you'll not only improve your grades, but also gain a valuable skill that will benefit you for life. So let's dive in and start this journey to unleash your memory power. Let's start with a powerful technique called the memory palace, also known as the Loci method. Imagine a familiar place, your home, for example. Picture every room, every piece of furniture, and every corner vividly in your mind. Now imagine placing pieces of information along a route within your home. These pieces of information can be anything you need to remember. Let's say you're studying history, specifically the American Revolution. This method can help you remember key events and dates. You need to remember the events leading up to the war. Think about the sequence and how they connect. You could place the Boston Tea Party in your kitchen, perhaps on the kitchen table where you have your meals, the Stamp Act in your living room, maybe on the coffee table where you relax, and the intolerable acts in your bedroom on your desk where you study. As you mentally walk through your home, you'll encounter these events in their designated locations. This journey helps reinforce the information in your mind. This method leverages your spatial memory, making information stickier and easier to recall. Choose a subject you find challenging. It could be anything from science to literature. Create your own memory palace. Use sticky notes or objects to mark important points. You'll be surprised how much easier it is to recall information. With practice, this technique can become a powerful tool in your learning arsenal. Next up is chunking. Ever wonder how phone numbers are so easy to remember? It's chunking in action. We group digits into manageable chunks. This technique works wonders for large amounts of information. Imagine studying the periodic table in chemistry. Instead of memorizing each element individually, group them into families with similar properties. Alkali metals, halogens, noble gases. These chunks become your building blocks. Create flashcards or mind maps to represent each chunk. Use different colors or symbols to make them visually distinct. Chunking transforms overwhelming data into digestible pieces, making learning more efficient and less daunting. Dates and formulas can be tricky. They often seem like a jumble of numbers and facts that are hard to remember. But fear not, the major system is here to help. This powerful mnemonic technique can turn those confusing numbers into memorable images. This technique converts numbers into consonant sounds, then into words and images. By doing so, it makes abstract numbers more concrete and easier to recall. Let's take the year 1066, the Battle of Hastings. This is a significant historical event that can be easily remembered using the major system. 1066 translates to 1066. Breaking it down helps in the conversion process. Using the major system code 1 equals T or D, which gives us a starting point. 0 equals S or Z, adding another layer to our mnemonic. 6 equals CH or J. Now we have all the components we need. We can form the word toes jet. This combination of words is unique and memorable. Now create a vivid image linking toes jet to the Battle of Hastings. Visualization is key in making the memory stick. You could imagine William the Conqueror's army using jet-powered tows to cross the English Channel. This bizarre image makes the event unforgettable. This silly image makes the date unforgettable. The more unusual the image, the better it sticks in your mind. Practice the major system with historical dates or mathematical formulas. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. You'll be amazed at how easily you can recall them. With consistent practice, you'll master dates and formulas effortlessly. Section 5. Spaced repetition, the secret to long-term retention. We've all been there, cramming the night before an exam only to forget everything the next day. Spaced repetition is the antidote to this common problem. This technique involves reviewing information at increasing intervals. Let's say you're studying the human circulatory system in biology. Day 1, you learn the basics of the heart, arteries and veins. Day 2, you review the material from day 1. Day 4, another review session. Day 7, a more extensive review. This spaced-out approach combats forgetting and embeds information in your long-term memory. Use flashcards, apps like Anki, or create a study schedule. Spaced repetition is a game-changer for long-term retention. Section 6. Visualize and conquer making information unforgettable. Our brains are wired to remember images better than words. Visualization harnesses this power. When you encounter a new concept, try to create a mental picture. Imagine you're studying Shakespeare's Hamlet. The character of Hamlet can be quite complex. To remember his characteristics, visualize him as a brooding young man dressed in black, holding a skull and contemplating life and death. This vivid image will help you recall Hamlet's personality traits and motivations. The more senses you involve in your visualizations, the more memorable they become. Don't be afraid to get creative and use humor. Section 7. Mnemonics, your memory's best friend. Mnemonics are memory devices that help you remember information by associating it with something easier to recall. They can take many forms: acronyms, rhymes, or even songs. Let's say you need to remember the order of the planets from the Sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. A simple mnemonic is, "My very educated mother just served us noodles." Each word's first letter corresponds to the first letter of a planet. This fun phrase makes remembering the planets a piece of cake. Create your own mnemonics for lists, sequences, or any information that needs a little memory boost. Section 8. Putting it all together, creating a personalized memory strategy. We've explored several powerful memory techniques. Now it's time to personalize your approach. Not every technique will resonate with you, and that's perfectly fine. Experiment with different methods. Discover what works best for your learning style and the subjects you're studying. Maybe you find the memory palace ideal for history but prefer chunking for biology. The key is to create a system that feels natural and enjoyable. Remember, memory improvement is a journey, not a destination. Section 9. Practice makes perfect exercises to sharpen your memory skills. Like any skill, memory improves with practice. Here are some exercises to sharpen your memory muscles. Memory games. Engage in brain training games like Sudoku, crosswords, or memory match. Mindful observation. Pay close attention to your surroundings. Later, try to recall as many details as possible. Active recall. After learning something new, put away your notes and try to recall the information from memory. The more you challenge your memory, the stronger it becomes. Section 10. From classroom to exam hall. Applying memory techniques. The true test of memory techniques is their application in real-life situations like exams. Here are some tips for exam success. Start early. Don't wait until the last minute. Begin using memory techniques from the start of your study period. Review regularly. Use spaced repetition to reinforce learning and combat forgetting. Stay calm and focused. On exam day, take deep breaths and visualize yourself succeeding. Remember, you've put in the effort and your memory is prepared. Section 11. Unlock your full potential. Embrace the power of memory. Congratulations. You've embarked on a journey to unlock your memory's full potential. By embracing the techniques of memory champions, you're not just aiming for good grades. You're cultivating a lifelong skill that will serve you in countless ways. Remember, memory is not a fixed capacity. It's a muscle that can be trained and strengthened. Continue to explore these techniques, adapt them to your unique needs, and share your discoveries with others. Ready to dive deeper into the world of memory mastery? Subscribe and check out our shorts, TikTok, and Instagram for more tips, tricks, and techniques to supercharge your learning.